Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. As you see, this is another video through the Spirit. It says, target gets hit. This is like compared to what's to come. And I played this video because it was another one I saw on TikTok about Jake saluting out there in Philly, which shows you the mindset of Jake, man. And you notice that, and me personally, I believe that this is all set up. I believe that Esau was creating or setting up agent provocateurs, okay, and they are being Jake the set to set up the face of danger, being a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American. Because ain't no way in hell that 99.5% of these people are Israelites that's running into these stores, man. And I show you the mindset of our people of being total degenerates. Because, I mean, like, when you look at Jake, they're just the worst of the worst, man. And when you read the comments on this page, people, they're against you, man. And if this is set up by the elites, you know, or out of chaos, like with the whole BLM movement and the George Floyd protesters, when they set the pile of bricks and they pay people to go into these cities and riot, and if this is nothing more than that, then I can very well see how they're making Jake the face of terror. Okay, because like when Rome fell, Esau burned down Rome, but hey, he blamed it on the Jews. And then that way it started a heavy persecution of Israelites. So this is looking like this is around the same lines, so to speak. You see, because when you read these comments, these people are really against you. They hate you, man. Okay, and if this is set up by Esau Edom for you to go and do this, then people already have a scopel on you. Because when they see a nigga walking down the street with a fucking t-shirt mask on and some basketball shorts sagging his pants with some Nike flip-flops, the first thought is to blow a nigga like that away, man. And you can't blame him, because Jake, you're a bunch of fucking degenerates, man. Okay, like it says, Judah should be a terror to Egypt. We gonna get that, because look at the comments. You know, as a matter of fact, let me play this video real quick. No, I'll read the comments. People hate you, man. Okay, people don't want you in their neighborhoods. People don't want to live around you. People don't want to shop around you. People don't want to eat around you. You know, and in many ways, you can't really blame them for feeling this way, because you literally turn everything into straight, just you degrade everything you touch. You know what I'm saying? Everything you touch, you turn it out. It can be a nice neighborhood, a nice area. You move 1 or 2 Keishas up there with 2, 3 snot-nosed nigga babies, and all of a sudden you got the whole hood. You got Pookie, you got Tay-Tay, okay, you got Munchie, you got Lowski, you got Kev. You got all these niggas that come up to these areas, and they just totally trick the whole property out. Then the property value goes down, and before you know it, you're living in a drug-infested, crime-ridden neighborhood, all because you Jakes don't have any goddamn home training. Okay, you don't have any type of manners. Okay, you don't think, you just totally, you complain about being put in the ghettos, but then when you finally move out, or somebody gives you a chance, you take the ghetto and you bring it with you everywhere you go. So in many ways, you can't be mad at people that don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to have nothing to do. I don't want to live around niggas I don't want to even be seen in the same vicinity of a Jake. If it ain't a Jake that appears to have some sense and that's not working, or to, to have a honest living or a family, I don't want to be around no niggas like that, man. Okay, I don't want to be around Jakes that smoke weed all day, sag their pants, you know what I'm saying, shooting dice, bringing whores to the neighborhood, selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, pumping loud music all hours of the night, loud as hell, kids running up and down the hallway. You go in the hallway, it's dirt on the damn walls, piss everywhere, trash everywhere. Who the fuck want to live around that? You know, and when you get away from that, they just follow you, man. That's why Edom is moving. That's why he's moving. That's why he's gentrifying the city. You know what I'm saying? This is why he's upping prices, because the purpose is to push you out. Okay, they want to reclaim back what's allegedly there, so they want to push you out, man. Okay, because people are tired of dealing with you, because this is the result of it. And I'm gonna look at this video, man, because like I said, I believe Esau set this up, but Jacob fell for the okie doke as usual. And when they come down hard on Jake gonna be the main one screaming, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Why they shooting us? Well, we gonna see why Esau is gunning you niggas down. Look at this. All Jakes.
Damn! That's, oh my God. Free Philly! Free Philly! Okay, don't touch him! Oh my God, record this! Record!
You see that? You hear that cackling baboon in the back? You know what I'm saying? Totally just delusional. Here, your mans or whoever he is get caught stealing, and then you got the chipmunk in the back screaming, don't touch him. And then you got this wildebeest, don't touch him, record it. But wait a minute, he's stealing. You know what I'm saying? He's stealing, he's committing a crime. So he's totally justified on getting apprehended. But see, a Jake's mind don't think like that, because they don't have the skill of they don't have rational skills, man. Okay, Jake, they don't have comprehension and literary skills. They can't they can't decipher between right and wrong. Okay, no matter what Jake do, you apprehend him, he's always justified, man. That's why I don't feel bad when Esau blow you Jakes away at a traffic stop, man. Even unfortunate as that is for our people, you bring it on yourselves, because look at this, man.
Yes, record this! Record this! Record this! Record this! Record this! Record this!
Look, they had me.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I was praying they cracked his goddamn skull open, man, because this is the same nigga, he get beat up by the cops, and then you got his 20-year-old mother on there with a bonnet talking about her son didn't deserve police brutality. Well, your son is breaking in people's properties and stealing their stuff. When you break in somebody, I don't give a damn how corporate a business is. If a corporation is even owned privately by somebody, man. So you go in somebody's stuff, they have a right to do what they want to do to you, man. Like, I used to get pissed off if I had to wear a mask in public, so-called public and stores. But I'm like, these stores, even though they're corporate stores, they're still owned by an establishment. And this is the rules that they promote. So, hey, they get to enforce whatever rules they want, just like when you in your house. You can enforce whatever rule you want. My rule is, take your shoes off at the front door. I don't like people walking on my carpet, because the carpet is very light. And, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to have to pay to keep cleaning the shit every week. So I have a rule, take your shoes off at the front door. If they don't like it, then don't fucking come in my house. I ain't wrong about that, you know what I'm saying? So that's how this thing works, man. But you Jakes, man, you gotta go, because look at the comments. It looked from the person that said, dang, I didn't even have to put the sound on to know exactly what those recordings were going to say. Don't hurt my baby, he's a good father. And that's a vote of sarcasm, because people are watching you now. People are realizing how wicked you are and how much of a degenerate you are. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at how these people are dealing with you, and they don't feel bad for you. Now, it's true, you have been put in these unfavorable situations, and at the end of the day, it goes back to Esau, because once you put a wild animal in a zoo, or you put an animal in a zoo that's supposed to be out in nature, there's only so long you're gonna be able to tame that animal, man. Like gorillas in a zoo, gorillas don't belong in no zoo, man. Okay, and that's why a lot of times when they're on display, gorillas often attack people, because their environment. Okay, they're being put in a hostile environment, so they're gonna act. And that's the same thing with Jake. Okay, but Jake is too stupid to realize not to fall for the trick. Okay, that's the offense. You're too dumb, man. Okay, it says she screaming, don't touch him, while he's breaking the law. It says why he's breaking the law. Talk about entitled wowzers. Get their ass. Don't touch him. He's committing a crime. and these people are right. You know, it says look like a bunch of losers. Idiots, every single one of them. Looters and scumbags. Losers who don't want to work, sad. Don't touch him and record this. He's a thief. Arrest his ass and put him behind bars. I even had to like that shit. It says, right, record this. Record what, ma'am? The crime your people are committing? Like, I don't get it. And this is the world showing that their hatred for you, Jakes, man. Okay, and it's because you're openly displaying your stupidity. You know? And like I said, I feel like Esau set that up, you know, because these could be agent provocateurs, but regardless of it, these people in the comment boards don't know that. And when they see an average Jake that's actually trying to do something with himself, he's going to be victimized because the hatred that Esau has perpetuated, man. You know, record the people stealing, yeah, don't worry, they got them. Bring back law and order, and who are these fools recording? It says, so y'all can steal, but the police can't touch you. Y'all fucking embarrassing, man. And these how people feel that way about you niggas, man. You know? And it says white people say it's mental. Well, it's mental for us till we fucking hurt. That explains their behavior. I mean, yeah, true. We are in a hurtful situation, but it's still a such thing as being civilized, man. You know? It says, bro, what the fuck is wrong with people? I've had enough of the criminal culture. Cockroaches in the home. Y'all some garbage. Bitches are as really tribal people as damn. And this is what happened when you vote Democrat. It says cops should have gave them all the death penalty. These type of people have no place in a civilized society, bro. And you see people calling for your death, Jake. Okay, people are calling for you to be literally hunted and put down. You know, they're not looking at the oppression and the slavery that you went through. They don't care about that in their mindset. Look, Esau's a death adder. He don't care what he did to you. In many ways, is hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard because they do the same thing. You know, they've pillaged and raped and put nations in slavery and stole unjustly. But yet, when it comes back to them, then they play the victim. Okay, you Jakes are doing the same thing. But this is showing here that most people that see you, they don't want nothing to do with you, man. That's why I suspect to see a young Jake that's walking down the street, hot as hell with a hoodie on, with a face mask on. You know he's up to no good. Then most of them have backpacks on too. What you think is in those backpacks, man? Other purses, sometimes guns, drugs, you know, weed, whatever they may have in there. So when you see niggas like that, you gotta walk on the other side of the street, man, because he may crack you upside the head. You know, like Apostle Tar had said, he said, look, man, when the cops roll up on you, you just gotta comply, you get a ticket, that be in game. Sometimes, you know, depending if he just have the devil on him. But when a Jake roll up on you, man, he said they gonna riddle you with bullets, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake gonna shoot everybody in the car outside of who he's meant to hit. You can have your wife and your children and your parents in the car, and the intended target may be you, and he will spray everybody in the damn car, including his mans in the passenger seat. So when Jake rolled up on you, man, it's a possibility you may not make it home that night. Okay, so this is the book of Psalm 64. And I'm going to start at verses 4. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. This is why I said that I believe Esau Edom is behind this, like agent provocateurs. Okay, the elder brother Karatazar did something on it, and matter of fact, he posted a clip, and I'm going to actually post it at the end of this video because it's like 7 minutes long, just to give you an insight on what I'm saying. But it says they should suddenly shoot at the secret at perfect, meaning they should shoot at the secret. Shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. And who is the perfect? The perfect is our people, okay? Because though we're in a low, deplorable state, we're still the perfect. Okay, we're still the sons and daughters of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privately, and they say who should see them, because from face value, you don't see no Rothschilds or no Swabs or no Soros. You don't see them out there in the streets. Okay, you don't see the concocted paperwork that they've administered among these government agencies and these police precincts to stage these events. You don't see that. Okay, but you see a bunch of Jakes out there living lawless, man. And that's what people see. Hence the media. It says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, Both the inward thought and every one of them in the heart is deep. But the Most High shooteth them with an arrow, and suddenly shall they be wounded. So they should make their own tongue and fall upon themselves, and all they see them should flee away, man, okay? Because right now, the elites, they're basically exposing each other. You know, they're exposing each other, and they're basically showing, hey, Esau's hand is in all this wickedness here. Okay, you just got Jake playing puppeteer. You may give him $600-700, you know what I'm saying, some Nike slippers, you know what I'm saying, and a PS5 or something like that, and then Jake could tear down America for you. Because our people are without, man. Okay? Next precept here, last precept, is the book of Isaiah 19. And I'm going to start at 14. It says, Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Okay? And what you're seeing in America is a spirit of lawlessness. Okay? It's a spirit of death in America, in Babylon, man. Okay? It's a real spirit out here that the Most High has opened up on Babylon. You know? And it's like it came out of nowhere. You know? But this was a long time coming because of the, you know, the destabilization of the economy, the lack of resources, the lack of jobs. You know what I'm saying? Jake, neighborhoods being taken from him. It was a long time coming. And Esau planned this perfectly because he knew Jake was going to be the one that was going to be overreactive to their situations. So that way he caught him in the net. Okay, but it says, the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit. Okay, everything in Egypt, America, is breaking down. Okay, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch or rush may do, because you're gonna have a societal collapse on all sides. Okay, when they talking about BRICS currency going online at the beginning of next year, then you better believe over a course of time, America is gonna pretty much be jobless. The economy is gonna collapse. Mass inflation is gonna come, hyperinflation. And then sooner or later, you're going to have mass violence in the streets, because this is going to, what you're seeing on these videos is just a small depiction of what's going to happen on every aspect of Babylon, man, even around the world. Okay? It says, and in that day, Egypt should be like unto women, and it should be afraid and fear because the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he's shaking over it. And people are fearful to go out. You know, a video that one Jake, he waited for this woman to come from the bank and cracked her upside her head and took her purse, man, and fought her off. Said she withdrew an exceptional amount of money, and he was basically waiting on her. Said he probably followed her 20 miles or so. You know, so you're being watched, man. Okay, and it says, in the land of Judah should be a terror to Egypt. Okay, because like I said, Jake is the face of violence right now. Okay, it says, and everyone that maketh mention thereof should be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it, man. Okay, so right now when people see you Negroes, they see them hoodies and they see them masks and flip-flops. Basically, man, you're public enemy number one. All right, so with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakodash. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball. Shalom. Vegas. Vegas. Fuck it. Salaki, bear with me, brothers, man. Hate when that shit happens, man. It don't ever be in the feed. There we go.
What a night in Philadelphia. Police responding to mass looting while you were sleeping. Officers making more than a dozen arrests after about 100 teenagers in masks swarmed and ransacked high-end stores, stuffing bags with merchandise. Police chased the teens and were able to recover some iPhones and, quote, piles of iPads at one spot. The looting was sparked by a judge dismissing the case against former Philadelphia police officer Mark Dial, who had been charged with murder in connection to the death of a Philadelphia resident.
Overnight, Philadelphia police responding to a chaotic scene. Large crowds of young people looting stores and damaging property. Authorities say they hit multiple locations, including a Lululemon, Foot Locker, and Apple store. Police making more than 20 arrests, but dozens likely got away. These kinds of smash and grab crimes have become all too common, forcing a growing number of retailers to try to combat the thefts. This morning, one of them, Target, is taking drastic action to reduce retail crime. The company announcing it'll shut down 9 stores by the end of October, 3 in both San Francisco and Portland, 2 in Seattle, and 1 in New York City. The company blaming the closures on theft and organized retail crime, threatening the safety of our team and guests.
This is crazy. They're locking up the toothpaste.
The move comes after videos from inside Target stores went viral, showing everyday items locked behind security glass, frustrating shoppers.
Since when did my local Target start locking everything up?
Those locked cases just one of the ways the retailer says it tried to deal with shoplifting, saying despite our efforts, we continue to face fundamental challenges to operating these stores. Target is not alone. In 2021, Walgreens closed 5 locations in San Francisco over shoplifting fears. And while Walmart and Nordstrom have also closed some locations in major cities, neither blamed crime. Still, in a newly released survey conducted by the National Retail Federation, 88% of responding retailers said shoplifters have become more aggressive, and 28% say they had to close some locations due to crime.
Retailers are experiencing unprecedented levels of theft, crime, and violence in their stores.
Now, as another major retailer shuts down stores, retail crime threatens to knock the industry off target.
You handle the top down, but it's also bottom up and inside out. Top down, bottom up, and inside out. So now your challenge as you leave here, our challenge, is to take care of that bottom up part and that inside out part, the heart part.
The heart part. That's what did it for me. He said the heart part. I'm like, there's something wrong here. But I didn't know what this meant. This is a tried and true technique that communists use to crush people of a nation between the members of a government at the top. Remember, he said, you've taken care of the top part. What does that mean? You put the right radicals in power. You've taken care of the top part. Then they get the radicals at the bottom to cause chaos. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I tell you, don't take my word for anything. You go ahead and look it up yourself. Let me take you back to where I took you at the beginning of this program, Czechoslovakia. I only told you half the story of what the Czechoslovakians thought was happening to their country in the late 1940s. After World War II, Czechoslovakia was in real trouble and people were hungry and there was strife. And a small group of communists managed to gain power in the Czech government through parliamentary maneuvers. That was taking care of the top-down pressure. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to all the people in Czechoslovakia, they were agitating people, getting them out into the streets, riot, strike, protest, create the illusion of a widespread clamor for change. That was the bottom-up pressure on the system. Well, the people were left in between, and they didn't know the truth. They didn't know what was going on. They were hungry, they were scared, they were confused, and they were looking for help. When they cried out for help from the government, which they thought was not with the rioters, oh, they got help. They had no idea that some at the top were in league with those creating the chaos at the bottom. The people at the top had formed a shadow government, and they were only too happy to help, and they helped by clamping down on the Czech people. So the Czech people were hit from both directions, top down, bottom up, and inside out. Their country was turned inside out. They didn't know what to believe. The same is now being called for.
Is it all starting to sound a little familiar? Remember, this was in 2010, and he was saying this. He was saying that this kind of shit was going to happen. Be on the lookout, America. So let me play that again and see if it makes a little more sense this time.
You put the right radicals in power. You've taken care of the top part. Then they get the radicals at the bottom to cause chaos.
Yeah, that motherfucker got burn that shit down, bro. Burn that motherfucker.
Then they get the radicals at the bottom to cause chaos. To cause chaos. To cause chaos. To cause chaos. To cause chaos.
Boy, that's a lot of chaos. So have you noticed how these BLM riots seem to be getting increasingly more violent? I have. That's not an accident. This is the agenda. They want to cause so much chaos until we're crying out for help from the federal government, at which point they get to install a federalized police force.